As the film begins, we learn about a pandemic that has spread across New York. The outbreak is caused by cockroaches, leading to the deaths of many children. Dr. Peter, the head of the health ministry, is deeply troubled by the crisis. In search of a solution, he reaches out to Dr. Susan, who has the expertise to handle the situation. Dr. Susan was a genetic engineer, and after nearly 3 months of research, she developed a special bug. She created these bugs to prey on cockroaches and help eliminate the outbreak, so that they get hungry and eat as many cockroaches as possible and then die soon. Her experiment also works, and these bugs eat all the cockroaches that come to the city in a short time. In this way, many children are saved from this pandemic that spreads due to cockroaches. Until this time, everything was fine. Dr. Peter was also very impressed with Susan's success, and we get to see that they got married here. Now the scene cuts and we are shown the scene after 3 years. Inside a church, a priest becomes frightened by a mysterious man and hurriedly leaves, making his way to the rooftop. However, the eerie figure visible only as a shadow follows him up to the roof. In a tragic turn, the priest loses his footing and falls to his death. Chai, who used to live in the same house, saw all this. That unknown man now drags the father and takes him down to the church. The next morning, the police come to investigate at this place. During the investigation, they find many other dead bodies other than the father. The police call a doctor here to discover what happened to them. The doctor tells them that either they all have yellow fever or some epidemic is attacking them. Now the situation was so critical that Dr. Peter was also called here. Dr. Peter also felt that this is a pandemic. Thinking this, Dr. Peter tells the police to close all the doors of the church so that this pandemic does not spread. The scene cuts and now we are shown Susan going out of her lab. That suddenly she met 2 children. They had actually come to sell some insects and bugs from the garden to Susan, which Susan took, but did not pay much attention to them. As she started leaving the lab, she felt a box shaking very hard. No insect could shake a box so hard. She was surprised and she took out the insect from the box. This insect was as big as a rat. Looking at its size, Susan was not as surprised as looking at its face and appearance, because this was a Judas bug. The same bug that Susan had made herself 3 years ago. But how could it be that those bugs are still alive? Because she had made those bugs so that they would die after eating their food. To clear her doubts, she opens her old research and checks the DNA of this bug. When everything was the same, she was confirmed that the bugs she made are still alive. Not only alive, but they are also growing to a dangerous extent, and this was a worrying thing. When Susan was investigating this insect, we see that a man in a hoodie is keeping an eye on Susan's lab. As Susan distracts, he steals that insect from there and takes it away. With its disappearance, Susan was very upset and she went out and told her husband, Peter, that a child had given her an insect whose DNA matched exactly with the Judas bug. The surprising thing is that when I was investigating it, it suddenly disappeared. Hearing this, Peter was also upset and he decided that now people would research it. First of all, they needed that bug to do research. Now Susan goes to those children who used to bring bugs and insects from the garden to her. That child tells that he met the bug in a storeroom of the station. Peter and Susan go to check that storeroom. The surprising thing was that they saw a lot of webs there that could have been of Judas bug. Before they open this web, a police officer comes here who thinks that they are thieves, because to get to the storeroom of the station, they needed a special warrant that they did not have. The fight could have increased here, but Susan silences Peter and he tells the police officer, "Okay, we will get the permit next time." Now that child who always supplied Susan with insects, he gets greedy that if he finds the first bug of Susan, he will ask him for expensive money. Thinking this, they go inside a small tunnel. As they go, they meet the same overcoated man who had killed his father before, and he kills both these children strangely. The scene cuts. We see Chai again, who had seen the murder of the father and now does not know what came to his mind, that he came inside the church through the window of his house. Now in the morning, when Chai's father came to the room to pick him up, Chai was not there. Seeing this, he got scared and started looking for him. He had informed the police that Chai is missing, but he did not stop looking for Chai and came to the church looking for Chai. Here someone told Susan that they found a strange creature. As she hears it, she immediately reaches the site and sees a strange, huge bug. It was about the size of a dog. According to the doctors, all its organs were working and it was not an ordinary insect. It was not an ordinary creature. It was a creature that lived in the entire colony. Such creatures live with many other creatures. After knowing this, Susan is very surprised and tells her other member to investigate it. She goes to give the news to Peter. Today, Peter also took his companion and went to research in the same tunnel of the subway station from where he first found this Judas bug. Outside, we see that Susan has been sitting at the subway station for a long time and waiting for Peter and his other companions. As long as he does not come, she looks at the pictures of this creature and tries to find out about it. It was late at night. Now the subway station was also empty. Susan had to leave, but she did not, and then suddenly she saw a shadow of a person wearing a hoodie. Susan went close to him and asked him the time. That man did not answer Susan. Susan was scared of him, so she turned around quickly and started coming out of the subway station, but then that man also turned around and a huge twist was revealed to us. The one we thought was a person wearing a hoodie from the start of the movie, he is not a human being, but a creature, the size of a very big human being. It also has wings and now it flies forward to attack Susan, and then it picks up Susan and takes her to a special tunnel. In this tunnel, we see that Peter and his companions and the police officer were investigating. Suddenly, that small Judas bug comes in front of Peter. Afraid of which, when Peter hits him with his feet, the floor below his feet breaks. They fell straight to the ground. In this tunnel, we see that when Susan came to her senses, she saw a lot of dead bodies around her. As she saw them, she was very scared. She knew that she would also be killed. For her safety, she picks up something from here and starts looking for a way to get out of here, and seeing her running, a big Judas bug attacks her. Susan attacks the bug with the sword in her hand and manages to escape from it. Susan couldn't find a way to get out of here, so she hid in a strange place. While here we see Peter's companion, who saw a lot of Judas bug eggs while researching this place. Seeing this, he was scared. He also knew that this place was very dangerous. When he tried to run away from here, a huge Judas bug attacked him and killed him. Here it is shown that Chai's dad was looking for Chai and came to the same tunnel where Susan was hiding just below the tunnel. If not Chai, he thinks of saving Susan's life, and when he goes to pick up some tools to open the opening of this tunnel, he sees Peter and that police officer. He kept asking him about coming here. Chai's dad tells him that his son was missing, whom he came here looking for, and now he has seen a girl below him, i.e., Susan. As they heard about Susan, the three of them started saving her. As they were pulling Susan up, the man accidentally dropped a torch from his foot. Hearing his voice, all the Judas bugs start attracting them. Before they could get out of the tunnel and attack them, the four of them managed to escape from their eyes. Now they were running in front of the subway station and Judas was behind them. The subway station was closed at night, but they had to save their lives. They stand at the subway station, enter the train and close its door, but the bug was still behind them, which got stuck in the train's closed door and died. Actually, it was not dead, but it was divided into two pieces, and they found out when Judas injured the police officer's leg with his bare hands. Seeing this, the police officer shoots him and kills him. They start investigating this dead Judas bug, and Susan was surprised to see its big lungs because she had seen this first insect, which also had lungs. When they see Judas's face, a sheath comes down from it, which was exactly like a human face. Seeing this, Susan realized that these Judas bugs are pretending to look like humans. Susan also realized that these Judas bugs try to look like humans so that they can easily go to the human world and hunt humans. Humans have more meat and they hunt humans because they are more hungry. The biggest thing that Susan tells Peter here is that she made a mistake by making the Judas bug, because of which they evaluate instead of dying. They evolved quickly, unlike humans, who remained the same. Any animal takes billions of years to change so much, but these Judas bugs had changed themselves so much in 3 years that they started looking like humans. The three were talking, and with the noise of their talks, many Judas bugs got attracted and all of them together attacked their train. Here Susan also feels that they may be able to smell the smell of humans. That's why she thinks and takes out the organs of the dead Judas bug and puts it on herself and the whole train. So that Judas bugs feel that there are more bugs like them in the train, not humans. This way they don't get attracted to them. If he had to escape from here somehow, they had to drive the train here. How would they drive? The train wasn't working. Then Chai's dad gives an idea that we will have to go to the wiring of this train, where he might have been able to fix this train. Now to fix the train, Peter and Chai's dad come out. The time when Peter and they were fixing the wiring of the train, suddenly that big Judas bug comes in front of Peter. Seeing this, he was very scared, but surprisingly, this Judas bug did not say anything to him because he was smelling like a bug. Here in the train, we see that Susan is telling the police officer that there is only one female in their entire colony which produces eggs and then their generation increases. If we kill that female, then the whole generation would end. Now, while doing this train, Chai's dad had also seen Chai, who was surprisingly absolutely fine, and the reason for this was that Will could make a sound just like Judas bug. As soon as Judas bugs came in front of him, he started making a sound like him. That's why it was left till now. Dad was very surprised and happy to see him. Before he could meet his son, a Judas bug comes from behind and kills him and takes him away from there. Hearing his scream, Susan comes out of the train where she found out that now Chai's dad had been killed, and she becomes sad to see this. Here Peter also starts coming close to them, but suddenly a lot of Judas bugs come to attack them. They don't understand what to do. A police officer puts an idea here to save them and asks them to get on a lift in front of them, and he comes to the other side of the track and starts making a noise so that the Judas bugs attack him. Half of his plan had worked. The bugs get attracted to him by his noise and kill him, but the rest of the idea failed because by the time Susan and Chai were sitting in that lift, a lot of bugs had come to them. To save them, Peter puts his life in danger. He goes inside the tunnel pulling Susan and that kid's lift up. Here we see that the lift was also damaged for some reason and it fell quickly where there was a bug below, and because of this lift, that bug was killed. Both of them were very scared. Now Peter, who went inside the tunnel, and saw that there were big webs on the roof, in which the eggs of those Judas bugs were attached. A gas pipeline was also passing through this tunnel, and he got an idea to see this. He picked up an axe and broke that gas pipeline. After this, his plan was that he would destroy this whole tunnel, but his lighter doesn't work here, and then he starts hitting an iron with a hammer, so that there is a spark and there is a fire at this place, and this plan also worked. On the same spark, this whole place was blasted like an iron bomb, which was also seen on the road outside the tunnel. The cars and the buildings were also set on fire. Now all the Judas bugs were killed in this tunnel, but the scene cuts and the station above is shown. Now Susan and Chai had that female bug in front of them. It was the most important thing for them to kill it. It was now moving forward to kill Chai, but to save him, Susan puts a cut on her hand, and with the smell of blood, that bug was attracted towards Susan. Before that bug would kill Susan, Susan sees a train coming from the front, and immediately an idea comes to her mind. She now gets off the track on which the train was coming. The bug also comes there to catch her. Just when the train was coming close to her, Susan jumps off the track quickly, and that female bug comes down from the train and is killed. In this way, the whole story of these bugs ends. Susan was now feeling light because she had saved the world from a huge danger. In all this, she felt that Peter, her husband, was killed. This twist is revealed here in the story when Peter blasted that place, then he jumped into the water of the sewerage, and in this way, his life was saved. As he came out of the tunnel, Susan felt like she had found a new life. They were both very happy to see each other, and here they had decided to keep Chai with them. The story concludes while showing them together.